Yep, there it is. There it is. What's going on, world? What's going on, world? Just making sure everything's within the shot. It's starting to get brighter right now. Sun is like, I thought it was behind me. It's to the left. The sun is to the left, and it's cloudy, so you can kind of see behind me a little bit. If I move, there's a bit of. See, let's get the lighting out the way. Clouds here and there. It's not like fully. I guess if I look more this way, it's a lot more clouds to the north. The way the jet stream works over here, things from north will get pushed south, and also like kind of east, I guess you would say. So I think some of this will kind of roll into the view of the sunlight, I should say, and be a little cloudy day. I actually thought it was gonna be warm. I mean, not warm, but cooler, to the point where like I had obviously I knew it was gonna be warm, so I grabbed the ice americano joint over here. Shit, hold on, and I'm walking up the hill, so I'm like I'm starting to warm up. Obviously, I'm walking up the hill, so my body's warming up. But part of me feels like it's still 70s though. It's still like low 70s. So aside from that, aside from taking that into account, it's like it's kind of windy. It's a little windy. It's a little breezy. It's a little chilly this morning. I turned off the AC in the house, central cooling system. I turned that off, and I was like, let's get back to because the air quality was bad for like a day and a half. So I was like, let me just get back to cracking these windows open, get some natural airflow in the house because it was smelling like shit. I didn't like it. House was smelling like shit. It's like me, my brother, and my dad, so we lived together and shit. But I'm like, I fucking stink. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that. So I just started opening. My dad already had the right idea because in the morning, his bathroom window was open already, and I don't know if I did that or if he just like he had it and kept it that way. But I'm like, damn, bro, it's over. So I'm pretty sure he cracked it open more than likely. Um, but the right idea, basically. He had the right idea. Can't even get upset at that. Um, yeah, but here we are, man. All these like weird little anticipatory things that I had past couple weeks and all these different thoughts that I had to myself in a negative mindset kind of just what was I gonna say, they kind of they proved to be wrong, if you will. I don't know, lack of a better term, they proved to be like I was worried about nothing, which is kind of a good thing. But I will say the best part of it was I kind of just knew I was gonna move forward. I just knew, like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just keep moving forward. I'm gonna just go forward with it. AK, what's going on? Rob is in the building. What's going on, Rob? Thank you for dropping in, man. This morning, got there's no more. I guess the way that she felt kind of bad because there was like less ice in there, and I was like, don't worry about it. I'm cool either way. So it's kind of a watered down americano. It had ice at the top, but there's no longer any ice, I should say. Excuse me. I'm not too worried about it. It's still coffee. Coffee is coffee. You know what I'm saying? Rob is number one. I appreciate that, Rob. Pro gamer, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Let me check something real quick. All right, cool. Said make sure I turn off my. I had like certain settings on. I was gonna make sure I turn off Wi-Fi and Bluetooth just in case, because every now and again it'll reconnect to my headphones. But yeah. So the microphone, I actually charged it up this morning. I left it in the outlet for about 45 to an hour. You know what I'm saying? Charged up the microphone. Wanted to get right this morning. Because last night my Rob was there. My microphone had died, and because I did a live previously with it. Didn't charge it. Tried to do another one, and I realized this microphone is fresh out the box. I've never actually charged it, so here we are. But yeah, man, just how y'all doing, man? How you doing this morning, man? It's just Monday. I guess depending on where you're at, it's probably afternoon. Technically, it's like 11 right now, so like 11 Pacific. Let me check that. Yeah, 11:23 Pacific right now. So kind of that time I would usually just walk inside the library, get that work done. But I was like, let me hop on live. Let me see who's able to tap in. Let me see who's able to say what's up. You know what I mean? See how you guys are doing this morning. If not this afternoon, depending on where you're at. But I appreciate everyone dropping in. I appreciate the people dropping in, hitting the like. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. You know, that never goes unnoticed. You know, Past couple of days, I've been sitting there like, looking at my numbers a little bit, and I'm like, I'm not trying to chase the number, I'm trying to let things flow naturally. But at the same time, I will say like seeing the numbers go up gradually is always a good feeling, And then even the weeks and the days where the number wasn't budging that much at all, I was like, yeah, this is also an important time for me to kind of just recenter myself. And then that recentering thing, excuse me, that recentering of myself helped me find this particular job, which is actually really good. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty good so far. I've only done one day, but still, I could tell like I'm gonna enjoy being here. So there's a mix of that, and then literally, I didn't address this, but last night when I had did when I had left Tabletop Village, I went to this one restaurant. It was called something Lobster, and they do lobster rolls. So they have like these sandwiches and stuff. What's going on? It's me. Hey, it's me. What? Who are you? But hey, I appreciate you being here either way. Thank you for dropping in. But so yeah, last night one turns into two, turns into four. Yeah, man. Right. It's weird how that works, right? The numbers just compound, right? It's a basic multiplication, if you will, right? And the math just keeps mathing. And but so I grabbed this lobster roll. I grabbed this lobster roll, and I was eating that shit, and I left. Soon like I don't know why. Like after I left Tabletop Village for our Beyblade meetup, I left. Grabbed lobster roll. I asked like Kat and I asked Jacob. I was like, "You guys want to get lobster roll?" They're like, "Nah, I got to go to work or I got something to do." And I'm like, "All right, cool, whatever." I appreciate that either way. Ended up going there, grabbed me a lobster roll. You know what I'm saying? Started eating that. Got my jarrito. They're selling jarrito sodas. Yeah, I went there, grabbed it, paused. You know what I'm saying? And then I walk over to the bus stop. The bus stop I go to was underneath this highway, this freeway, if you will. Oh, how's my day? It's just getting started actually. I was just laying in bed for like a good hour, thinking I should go back to sleep, and then part of me is like, I think I rested enough. Let's get out the house and let's get moving. So I ate a little bit of small breakfast, and then I said, let's get the coffee, let's get going. You know what I'm saying? How was the funny dog? 1, 2, 3. Can I freestyle? It's not that I can, I just don't. I think anybody can, if you know what I'm saying. Like anybody can, I just don't. Hey, let me know if you're familiar with pay styles, man. Shout out to the Bay Area. We don't do none, don't do none for free. Pay styles only. DJ Fresh Bay Area. Pay styles only. You know what it is. Too short. E40. Pay styles only, man. Ain't doing nothing for free. That's how we living. But it's interesting. I'm standing at the bus stop under the freeway, under the little, it's like a little four lane freeway. Whatever the fuck. It's like hella. There's hella cars above me basically, but the bus stop is conveniently underneath it, and there's like a parking lot or whatever, like right behind me, and I'm standing there waiting for a certain bus to go down Rainier. I'm gonna go down Rainier. I'm gonna transfer through MLK, whatever. That was my thought process. I'm just standing there, and again, this is the power of like delay, because I just told myself like, you don't got to go straight home after tabletop. You could just go grab something to eat maybe. I wanted to go to Jufeng, which is a Chinese restaurant, but they seem like they closed down early. The people at the lobster roll place said that Jufeng closed early because their electricity went out, but they still had like certain burners that they could use, certain like stoves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm like, damn, I suck because I wanted to just say hi to them, but I ended up finding this place in lieu of it or whatever. But anyway, I delayed my going home early thing. Literally stood at the bus stop, killed like anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes eating this lobster roll, right? Killed time. And that's all the time I needed to kill because I'm standing at the bus stop. This car drives past. They slow the fuck down and they're like yelling. I'm thinking they're just listening to music and just like I'm thinking they're looking at me like I noticed this person. I think I know this person. That's what I'm thinking, right? Car slows down. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers think they know me. Because I don't recognize the car. I don't recognize who the car is. They're trying to like back in, but then they're like backing into the bus lane. So then they have to pull over to the side. I can't see who's in it. They pull over to the side. I see the faces in the car. It's literally my cousin and my uncle, and my dad, all in the car. Just like cousin, uncle, aunt, dad, all in the car, and just like yelling at me. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So I'm looking at them, and they're like, all right, I guess I'm gonna hop in. So I just kind of wave at the bus driver, like I'm not getting in the bus. Go inside the car. Or they're just asking what's going on before they drop my dad off at the house. And what ends up happening is, um, uh, they were saying something like my cousin was saying something like, "Oh yeah, we ate at this one restaurant by the water or something like that." I'll spare you the details on that. So it's like I'm like, "Oh, you talking about the one attached to the hotel?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Damn, I applied to that hotel too." And she said, "Oh, it's funny because I know one of the managers. Well, she's a manager for the restaurant, but she has ties with the hotel. So I'm like, okay. And then right away she just like gets on FaceTime with her. So like we're already pulling into my alleyway, getting to the house, and then she's on FaceTime with this one lady. I forgot her name already. Well, I guess spare you the details, but talking to this lady on the fucking FaceTime, and she's like, "What's your name? What did you apply for?" And I was like, "I guess a room attendant." That's what it says on Indeed. The room attendant. All right, I'm gonna try to find your application tomorrow, which is today. I'm trying to find it tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do. And I was like, "Listen, I'm already at Climate Pledge. I just did my first day today, but if we can sit there and do whatever, you know what I'm saying, so I can get the hotel and the arena job. If I can get both, we'll see." And she's like, "We'll see what we can do. We'll see if we can make it work." Because I'm pretty sure the hotel thing I applied for is part time also. So if I can have two part time jobs and kind of divvy it up, you know what I'm saying, 3 days here, 3 days there, or 3 days there, 2 days there, whatever I need to do to divvy up time, like I'll do the best I can. You know what I'm saying? So, and at this point, if that ends up happening, I'll make a decent amount of money, but decent amount of income, I should say. But more importantly, that'll eat up my weekends, and I'm kind of okay. I'm kind of okay with it because I've met my year mark for Beyblade. But this would be a good time to kind of just like buckle down and get all my money back, make all my income back, and just kind of like focus on work for a little bit. And if I get tired of that, I'll drop one of the jobs. Plain and simple. I don't know. If the job calls for me to trim the beard or cut it, like, which it doesn't, then maybe. But like, we'll see. Because I know there's like a level of like, they say like quote unquote professionalism, but then I'm also like, I'm already like doing like sleeveless jobs where I have tattoos out, and it's like people like I don't know if you see it, Rob, but like people will see this shit and get intimidated right away. Like they just see the act and they get fucking intimidated. Like it's a what's that movie Kung Fu Hustle or some shit? They act like it's Kung Fu Hustle, dog. Like saying Kung Fu Hustle tattoo. Not to be funny, but it looks it's funny because it's like a violent weapon that's a tattoo, right? Um, But at the same time, I'm like, you got people got 21 gun salute tattoos. It's like you got rifles, bro. You got AK-47s tattoos. People got a whole fucking dragon on their shoulders and rib cages and chest and shit. It's like a dragon is more violent than an axe. Yeah, I don't mean that's just why I look at it, but it's I don't know, man. You be seeing shit like that where I'm like, people just be, but it's just like it look hella crazy. It just look kind of crazy, like I'm fresh off the boat type shit, motherfucker, fresh off the boat on some like guerrilla warfare looking shit. Yeah, that's how people treat me, and I'm like, damn, man, I'm just trying to wear a sleeveless job because it's a labor job. What the fuck? I will say it's rare though. I mean, it's just it catches me off guard every time people judge me based off tattoos and shit. But I do want to have like I want to keep my beard and tattoos, but I will say the beard is getting to a point where like when I'm laying down, I'm seeing how long it gets. But um, I don't know. I can live without it if that makes sense. I'm not trying to be funny, but it's like I like having it. I like having it at a certain distance, so I might trim it a bit, but we'll see. I've also never grown it this long, so I just want to see how far I can go with it. Because I did the same thing with my hair before. Hair used to be down to here. Used to have to ponytail that joint. You know what I'm saying? Used to let my homegirl braid it. She was Samoan, so she kind of just knew like different ways to like that I wanted it. And then even my coaches, my coach is she used to be a professional female boxer, and then she was friends with a lot of other amateur, other women that she would train that were in the amateurs and Olympics as well. And them girls would just braid my hair at the boxing gym, look out for me, and I would just braid my hair, put it inside the headgear for fights and shit. But I was like, this is too much to deal with for training. So yeah, you could wear a bandana. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna just shave my head, bro. So I just cut my hair down and I went back to training. It's a little more manageable, which is funny. I had long hair. Yeah, I used to, man. I used to, and it was just like a. It's funny. I used to like grow. My beard didn't grow this much back then. I grew out my hair and beard at a time period. But then when I went back to do amateur boxing, in like 2015, 16, they're like, oh, you have to have a shaved face. You can have hair as long as it's braided, or if you put in a bandana under the headgear. And I'm like, fuck, man, I gotta like. I was like, fuck, I just cut the hair. It's just more manageable. And everybody's like, damn, yeah. I was like, I know. I'll find a way to donate it to somebody, I guess. So later down the line, a couple years later, when I started doing Eskrima slash Jeet Kune Do and training with those people. Well, Eskrima, Jeet Kune Do, and Silat, with people who are actually of the same lineage of Bruce Lee and Richard Bustillo, Dan Inosanto, and people like that. When I trained with them, it's kind of cool because there was this little girl that used to train with us, and you know how it is with little kids. They don't control their power. They just go full swing with the sticks, and they go full swing with the weapons and the swinging. So there's a little girl that sometimes when they would pair me up with her, I was okay with it because I was like, go full power, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? She would just swing as hard as she could. She was like somewhere between 8 to 10 years old, somewhere around that range. And then like she would just full swing, and other kids would be upset like, oh, she trains so rough, and I was like, listen, that's cool because I used to be that little kid, so I understand, and that's why I like training with her because she was no holds bar. She was full expression, and that's like one of the things that Bruce Lee was philosophizing in martial arts was like there should be a level of full expression. Sometimes, as much as there is control, there's a good balance. But anyway, fast forward, I will say that I'll spare you the detail. Well, maybe I don't know. Should I shout her out? Rest in peace to Charisma, man. She was dying of some form of cancer, so she ended up being bald headed. So the second time I grew my hair out and then I cut it, I wanted to donate. I had someone. There's a lady at this Supercuts or some shit. She cut my hair a certain way, and she let me keep the strands. So she had the strands bundled a certain way. She's like, "Here, I cut it a certain way. Here's the strands if you want to donate them." I was like, "Thank you. I guess I'll send this to Locks for Love down in Florida." But then around the same time period, that same girl, Charisma, a little girl, I think she died around 12 or 13, but she was dying of cancer or some shit. I don't know. And I was like, honestly, I would just give her this hair if she can get a wig. And then before I could really like get a chance to meet up with the mom and talk to her, because I had no way of contacting the mom. I didn't have her number or anything. If I just seen her, I would see her. But before all that could happen, the funeral and the passing of her was already announced. So it's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, she was like 13, 14 or something like that. Because I do remember one of her last words in the hospital that she was talking to her older sister and older cousins and shit. She was saying something about like because she was always young and energetic, so she said something sweet like, well, I don't know if it's sweet, but she goes like, it's, oh yeah, I'm starting to turn to a teenager. I can tell because I'm getting more boring. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you see, I'm just like sitting here in bed. I can't do anything. I'm becoming boring now. I'm turning into a teenager. And it was like a funny statement because she was always younger than I can't remember how many years apart she is from her older sister. I think like 3 or 4 or something like that. And her cousins are a little older too, so it's just like it was like a funny statement to her. But yeah, she was young, man. I still have her. When people when you go to a funeral, the funeral service has those like what do you call those brochure, not brochures, what the fuck, the pamphlets, if you will, like the little pamphlets or something, little 1 or 2 pages here and there. But yeah, man, it's like sometimes I still have that. I had them stacked in order of like when I went to certain ones. So I don't know. I have one of my grandma or grandpa's ones, and then I have like probably my mom on top of that, or like my uncle. My uncle had passed, and then my mom. So I think it was my uncle first. One of my grandmas maybe. It is actually a lot of relatives the more I think about it. So it's like a stack. It's like on top of my little video game storage thing inside of this drawer. I have this little I don't know if you ever seen those purple Crown Royal boxes, kind of like tin boxes, purple Crown Royal tin boxes, but it has like video games. I put my video games inside of like Game Boy Advance and DS games and shit. But on top of that, because right when I open the drawer, I can see on top of the tin box, I just put all these rest in peace little pamphlets on top of there, so they're all in order. You know what I mean? All the dates are in order, and I think the most recent funeral would have been my mom's, and then my last grandma to be still be alive. So, but Charisma is somewhere in between that. I think she was before my mom, probably. She probably died before my mom. So yeah, she was fucking young, man. Fucking preteen, 12, 13, like somewhere around that age. Like I couldn't imagine. Like I don't know. Like if for myself, I could see my. It sounds kind of weird. If I was that age, I could see myself dying like in a blaze of glory, like helping someone or saving someone's life at that age, 12, 13. But you know, that would be the ideal scenario. But just to think, like if I had a relative at that time period or a sibling, some of my cousins are like siblings too. So I call them manang, like I call them sisters. But because we all grew up together, so it's like we're all like siblings. But to think if any of them at the tender age of like 12 to 14, 13, 14 had passed from some form of cancer or just died, like I couldn't fathom that. So a lot of times I kind of empathize with her older sister because yeah, that's crazy. Like you're supposed to be taking care of your younger sibling, and then you can only do so much. You know what I mean? They're just internally dealing with a, I don't know if it was like a tumor or something. I forget exactly, but she was going through so much chemotherapy as a kid. That's terrible. We used to have kids like that back in my elementary that used to deal with two of these brothers. I think I told your story before. Two of these brothers, It's like these white kids with afros that we used to go to school with. I always thought they were half black, but I don't even know anymore. Because the thing was, I met their stepdad, and I thought that was their real dad. Um, dark skinned dude named Jeff, man. He used to live like kind of near my old house, and this dude, he's a really nice guy, but for whatever reason, they truly treated this dude like a stepdad, man. They was like, yeah, that ain't my real dad, bro. But yeah, we nice to him. He nice to us. Like he really tried to be sweet to these kids, but they was just like, they would just, because he's over here smashing the mom and shit. But I was like, he's doing his best, bro. He's trying to help y'all. He be driving you guys around and shit. It's kind of funny, but yeah, they wasn't really fucking with him too much for whatever reason. But he's a decent guy. They would just, how it is when you're a kid. You just use people for shit. Like, hey, can I get a ride? Can you give me some money for snacks? And then like my friend would just take the money for snacks and he would just buy hella snacks or hella soda and try to flip it, which is kind of funny. But that would be his thing. He would always be trying to flip shit. And then his brother was actually like the real, like this is like early. This dude was like a master at eBay, like mid 2000s. I'll say like mid 2000s. He mastered eBay and was flipping Pokemon cards. Like he mastered the Charizard market. He understood different packs and like the certain like hollows and the shit like that. The base set stuff. He mastered everything. Priced them up, shipped them out, kept them in great condition, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude really did his due diligence. And I always shout him out. Rest in peace to Nick. Rest in peace to Nick, man, because that dude, his whole closet, he had like random T-shirts of like random shit that fit him, but his whole closet was filled with suits of different colors with a matching fedora. Yeah, dude had a matching top hat or a fedora, not top hat, but a fedora that matched the color of the suit for each color he had, bro. Fucking crazy. He wasn't even 20 yet. He wasn't even 18. He had all that shit, and then he had a phantom keyboard in his room. Like that's how much money he was making off of eBay and Pokemon. He mastered that shit. He used to just take a box of shit or a bag of shit, walk down the hill to the hood ass. We had a post office like smack in the middle of the hood, next to the laundromat, hood ass laundromat, hood ass barbershop, hood ass everything, and that's all in Midtown fucking East Union type shit. Spring and East Union. Those are the days, man. Those are the fucking days back then. You know what I'm saying? Grimy as shit. Grimy as shit. Crackheads just lingering everywhere. On the other side of the corner, you had the UPC, which was the Emoja Peace Center. It's like Africa Town kind of joint. That was the only thing keeping the peace. Like these organizers, community people keeping the peace in the area. That was about it. Other than that, I don't know. Couldn't even speak on it. But yeah, crazy time period. Crazy time period. Today is, let me see, August 4th, 8th, 4. Yeah, man. It's chill, man. It's been chill. I can't really complain about, can't complain about much for the most part. I just kind of just sitting here reminiscing. I forgot why I brought that up. Oh yeah, we're talking about long hair. Yeah, man. It's it's nice to have because like the thing is when you're like taking care of your scalp and you're protecting your hair, like when you're taking care of your scalp, protecting your hair, and take care of like you're basically taking care of your crown. You start to see life a little differently because when you have short hair, you kind of just a little bit of shampoo, just go about my day, rinse it off, go about your day, wash your face, do whatever, go about your day. But when you really start taking care of like your scalp and like your hair and stuff, you start seeing the world a little differently. It sounds funny, but like you have something to take care of. But um, and same thing for people with like afros and like more kinky hair. My oldest brother's like that too. My oldest brother, he's full Filipino, but his dad's side is more like indigenous in the sense that they have afros and shit. But same thing with him. Like he just shaves his head, but back when he had hair, like it was the idea of when people used to gel their hair and shit. Whether you're gelling your hair, you're shampooing it a certain way, you're conditioning it a certain way. When you're taking care of your scalp and your crown, life is a little different. You know what I'm saying? So I started thinking like, yeah, I don't take this for granted. So I do use like a kind of like I still use the little organic shampoo for like my normal hair, but like I use it for the beard too. But it's funny because the properties of that shampoo is like tea tree mint oil or some shit. Apparently tea tree mint is something that helps grow hair like fast. Like it's something about it. It just activates certain whatever, something in the pores, the follicles, like the whole science of hair or some shit, and then it starts to grow fast. So I think that kind of attributes like the beard growth a little bit, but like this just kind of grown. But I use like a little coconut joint on it too. But yeah, you start taking care of your body, man. Life will be a little different for you. A lot of people don't take care of themselves, man. A lot of people eat like shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't take care of themselves, and when you start doing it, you start seeing things a little differently. You're like, okay, because really, when you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of the what is this? It's been said before. It's been said before, but when you take care of your gut health also reflects. When you take care of your gut health first, you got to start there before you take care of the brain. Because you can take care of the brain, but if your gut health's not there, there's certain things on a very earthly and worldly level that will still kind of wrestle with your brain. But it's always good to start somewhere. But apparently, like everyone, there's a lot of people that say like, yeah, when you start taking care of your gut, your brain starts to take care of itself, and then everything else starts to ensue. Everything starts to follow as well. So yeah, man, it's I'm getting a little better at that. I'm starting to find myself a little more fatigued here and there, depending on what I eat. Certain fried foods, what I'm saying. There was one day I had like barbecue, fucking like barbecue beef ribs, and like the Samyang bulldog noodles. You know what I'm saying? The carbonara joint. You know what I'm saying? So I had some of that, and I was like, yeah, this ain't healthy, but there's gonna be a point where like you get older. I guess I've been told this at least. You get older, and then your body's not gonna be able to handle that kind of false nutrition, if you will. Yeah, there it is, man. I got Rob was in the building. You know what I'm saying? Interacting out here. Everybody else, let me shout him out because it was a little short joint. AK Pro Gamer. Hey, it's me. What's going on? Funny Dog 123. Yeah, they were all in the building here, man. So like I said, I keep it based off of the interactions here. So keeps me in a state of mind of saving time as well. So yeah, you're gonna leave it there, man. That way I get a chance to just go inside the library and take care of business. So some chats where like I spend more time with spending time with the people who want to chat with me. I'll do that more often. But when it starts to peter out, I just monitor the time, make sure I go over a certain amount, and from there I just go from there. So that's all I need. I guess that's all I need to do today. If more people drop in later, that would have been a thing that's as either a game of risk, if not gamble. But I'm not saying that in a good or bad way. I'm just saying I have to do it in order to save my time. So hey, man, for those that came in within the 27-minute span and hit me with the 5 likes, that's good. That's good averages in terms of numbers. I appreciate it, man. I love y'all and appreciate y'all, man. Don't ever think I don't. But hey, let me start working on editing my content on my channel a little bit. I'm gonna do that in a couple minutes right here. All right, man. I'm out of here. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.